one of the biggest things we want is respect. And it's like, if you respect me right here,
yeah, and my seed as a seed,
the way you unleash my potential,
yeah.
It's funny because like,
this is what we do anyway. We start off this way.
Yeah. Well, I think it might be appropriate, just as a kicking off, is to contextualize like where we are. Mm-hmm. Like, we are surrounded by signs of growth. We're surrounded by plants, and you know, we are quite literally in a time of growth in our lives. We're in a greenhouse, to be not even be, we don't even got to go straight to the metaphor, but like, you know, we're in a greenhouse. You know, at the end of a long day like today, it's really dope, man, just to like have your energy in this space, to be surrounded by this other life, and to really for us to share space and celebrate growth. So
I was about to say, you gotta clink up after that.
To all of that, and more succinctly, to growth, my boy.
To growth, my boy. I was about to tap into what I recorded Jay's journal about though, because it was like, the crazy thing about this Jay's journal that was different, because I usually pray and I ask God to just share with me what he wants me to share, or what he kind of like is leading me to in the midst of maybe what I'm already like experiencing, and kind of try and tie it or whatever. But it's usually off the rip, like off the head, off the top, like I'm just speaking. But today, bro, I journaled. Like, I literally popped open my journal and I recapped our conversation. I journaled and recapped our conversation, but then I did some scripture study to tie it in. It was talking about what we said, where like you have to honor. I said in the journal, I wrote it this way. I said, some people in life start off with the seed, and that's the beginning of their journey. And I was talking about the conversation we had, and I said in the conversation I realized that some people in life start off with the seed, and that's the beginning of their journey. But some people start off with the orchard. I said, but the difference isn't what they began with, is how they honor it.
That's where that gratitude.
That's where that gratitude came in. And and I tied that in. It was all about grateful. Like I said, the first line is.
Oh, you.
Because I was wearing the grateful. The first line was, gratefulness guarantees fruitfulness.
What?
You know. Quillo, Jay.
Yeah.
That was the first line. And that's when I was like, but I journaled this. Like, I wrote it out, and I never do that. But like being able to sit there, pen and paper, and literally journaling like what I'm feeling, but then what God's depositing. So I tied it in, because that verse, it was actually Psalm 92:5, I think, where it's enter his presence with thanksgiving, and I said praise, with thanksgiving and praise. I just summed it up that way. But I said, the crazy thing is, I looked up the definition of praise, and it says the expression of respect and gratitude. Wow. I said, you're kidding. And then, you know what the honor, and then I told him, and then I broke down in the Jay's journal what honor means. You know what honor means? Honor is to give.
You have to pull back out the phone.
Hold on. I know it is to give. No, I'm gonna pull that phone out. You right. To regard with great respect, or to fulfill or keep. Honor. Wow. And I was like, so I said, you can't properly honor something without gratefulness. You can't honor something without being grateful for it. You can't properly honor it. And so I was saying that, and I was like, and then it says to enter his presence with thanksgiving and praise. And I said, if I know, like we said in our conversation, if I know in his presence, said this in the Jay's journal, if I know in his presence all my needs are supplied, and if I know in his presence is the absence of worry.
Wow.
That's a page out of your book. If I knew in his presence is the absence of worry, then I said, no, I got it. I forgot I recorded it. I said, so when life get hard, remember this. You control what you've been given, but if you honor it, you guarantee that fruit will come from it.
That's tying all the, it's like you ended with the thesis of the beginning. It's like, you can't.
If you honor,
there are your beginnings, so you can't choose your beginnings.
Right, you can't.
But if you honor that which you have, you can ensure its increase. And honor is a combination of respect. Praise is a combination of respect and gratitude, and it is that gratitude that's a prerequisite to be able to honor. But they're right there. Like I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that which I have. Gratitude is more of a mindset and a state of being. Honor is an action.
Wow.
So if I have a mindset or an attitude or a posture of gratitude, it enables me to be able to honor the thing that I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
And to honor it is to say that I am going to use it. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it is, I guess what you're saying is it is that combination of the posture or just the mindset or the framing, the positioning.
The position. That's
yourself
good.
to look at the thing that you have and be grateful for it. And that gratitude fuels your action toward it to say whatever it is, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna use it.
And that was the key too, is what you just said, is whatever it is. Because I said in Jay's journal, positive or negative, you have to be grateful and honor whatever you're given. So sometimes life gives you bad stuff. To be frank, like sometimes that's, but if you honor that to means respect and to keep and fulfill. What like we say in Fragments of Forever, what is forever about this fragment? So even in this negative, what is forever about this? Because we know, good or bad, it's not lasting forever. But something of that is forever. What about that is forever? And how can I honor the forever in that? Because even when something negative is happening, learning to honor the negative times, learning to honor the lesson or the position or whatever it is, learning to honor that will still create fruit.
I wonder if I'm being challenged a little bit, and I wonder if I want to challenge this notion back, because I wonder if it is, maybe I'm not grateful. I don't honor that negativity and that negative thing. But what I guess what I'm trying to acknowledge is how difficult it might be for those whose backs are against the wall, those who have less. But if you start at the beginning, of the conversation, some people do start with an orchard.
Right.
But if they don't honor that, if they aren't grateful for that, first of all, comparison kills, because they may be like, this person I have an orchard, an orchard is anything over a dozen trees or whatever.
Yeah,
this person has 20 acres.
Yeah.
But if you don't honor that what you have, it won't grow. It won't increase.
Yeah.
But, a person that's just starting with the seed, they're like, I don't even have a tree. Now, granted, I'm not gonna act like that's not a challenging place, particularly if you're looking from the perspective of what other people have.
Right.
But if you really focus on that which you have. I think gratitude and focusing on that which you do have, not what you don't, will put you in a position for whatever you do have to grow.
But that's literally the definition of honoring, because
I'm just framing.
No, because I'm like, but I'm saying like to add to that, because it's like focusing on what you do have is respecting it. Like
it 100% is.
Because if you're focused on what I do have, I respect.
Oh,
that.
May I? Maybe another definition of respect is to see into something enough to pour into what it is, so that it can become what it can be. Respect has something to do with that which something is, but it's seeing its potential. It's like teachers, even parents who respect you, they invite your growth. They catalyze your growth. And I think that's so core to so many people. Like, I mean, even as men, we talking as men, right? Like, one of the biggest things we want is respect. And it's like, if you respect me right here,
MIC as a seed,
the way you unleash my potential. Now, granted, I shouldn't. Now, granted, all the caveats of you shouldn't give that power to someone else, and you should respect yourself. But there's some fertilizer to some respect, bro.
Yeah.
Respect is some fertilizer. What it does, and I think that people, bro, the way you are willing to honor people who give you respect. A person who honors you doesn't have to ask for your respect.
Run it back, Turbo. Run it back, Turbo.
Because what?
A person
who honors you doesn't have to demand your respect. And maybe that's what people get messed up. It's like they want honor and ain't giving no respect.
Good night. I'm good off that. What you mean? What you mean? Because what respect, like you was even using the example of parents, like when you respect somebody or honor somebody, you said you invite their growth. Is that how you said it? You invite their growth. Keeping the analogy of growth. In a bad season, it doesn't change how you honor them. I may have this plant and I'm honoring it. I'm tending to it. I'm doing it. I'm allowing it to grow. But if it has an off season, I'm not like throw it away. I actually continue to tend to it as if it's on, I treat it as the plant I know it is. I don't treat it as the plant that I see it being right now. So it's like, even in the times when people fall short, because we're humans, we mess up, we make mistakes. I think the living from a place of not just honoring what life gives you or the situations you have or the things you have, but the people you have. Like when you honor people and you live from a place of respect and honor for people, there's a consistency to your intentionality. It doesn't, oh, I'm less intentional because you're not. It's not based on It's not based on your actions whether I'm going to respect or honor you. It's not based on how good you're doing whether I respect or honor you. How bad you are, how I respect. Because that's not even respect or honor. It literally, the definition for one of them, I don't know which one it was to keep. To keep, to maintain. To keep, and it even said in parentheses, to keep an obligation. So I have an obligation to maintain how I treat you. That's true honor. That's true honor. I have an obligation to continue to treat you as you deserve to be treated, despite what you may or may not do.
That which you show gratitude toward, you're able to earn its respect. And out of its respect, because you showed it gratitude, it will yield honor. And if we take this even into parenting, which is a hard thing for us to think about, respecting your kids, but like, God, I thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to respect.
Yeah.
You and that which I have. It ain't perfect, but I see its potential. All those things I said earlier, I see what it can be, so I'm going to respect it for what it is.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier, I believe, for it to then honor its father and its mother. So then now it's another cycle. What does it yield? What is the fruit that it yields? So that your days may be long upon the land. It's always a dance.
Yeah.
I give it gratitude. Therefore, I earned its respect. It gives me honor.
Because what did we say? And this is what I didn't go into Jay's journal, is the fruit that you get.
Because that's what I'm saying. You were talking about,
the fruit the increase, the fruit yields more seeds to be planted.
Oh, come on.
So it's like I get to enjoy the harvest of my honor and my gratitude, and it in turn gives me fruit, which opens up for more seeds to be planted.
But check this out. Bro, you got to honor the harvest.
Yeah.
Honoring it looks like planting the seeds. And it is in planting the seeds that it yielded that you have an increase. Because an orchard of 12 trees, what causes its increase? You replanting the seeds. That's how you get 12 more trees.
Yeah.
So essentially, this conversation has been about Jay's journal, which is both, it's connected to fragments of forever, in my opinion. And what are fragments of forever? It's pulling out within individuals, sometimes seemingly irrelevant moments, that which is infinite. Those forever things, finding the forever in any moment.
Yeah.
If we strip away everything from this conversation, it's as if this conversation were like a biblically rooted, spiritually rooted conversation about 3 principles. Makes me think of, to tie that in, to use the biblical principle, is the scripture that says, build your hopes on things eternal. And those are eternal concepts, and if we pull, as we expound on those things, and we build, and we use this conversation to really help people unpack and understand those more, that we've done something significant in and of itself. And I think that's
yeah. What you just described is something you didn't know you just described, and I'm about to send you off running when I break it down. For context, because we are on camera, I'm gonna give context. I just got to Atlanta this weekend, and honestly, gratefulness, honor, respect have all been themes surrounding our own personal conversations and lives, and themes that we've talked about. Growth, grapefruit, all these things have been the theme of this weekend and of our conversations just personally as friends. What we have discovered in our own personal conversations were, we, in our exchanges, in our conversations like we're doing now, but like we've done over the weekend, is we truly offer each other space to be safe, one, and to unload, unpack, and free each other of the burdens and the weights of life. Bro, this conversation we're having now, recapping fragments of forever, recapping Jay's journal, this right here, and what has been the theme of the weekend, is breathe in. The arch of everything that we're doing with Black Men Smile. This conversation, our conversations, is a place for us to breathe in. These cameras right now, we've recapped fragments in this, we've recapped Jay's journal in this, we've talked about these things that have given us a place to breathe in.
So literally, the run is literally like, breathe in is a portal, a space, a place of refuge,
yes,
for Black men,
yes,
to feel like they can breathe.
And what this is now functions as the base, as the place for, how about we sit down, surrounded by growth, nature, outside, and breathe in.
Bro,
did I not tell you I was going to send you running?
Bro.